dear students, today we are going to discuss conductometric titrations. Now we will discuss what is mean by conductometric titrations. Determination of endpoint of a titration by means of conductivity measurement is known as conductometric titration. We know already normal volumetric titrations, acid-base titrations using indicator. But here the endpoint is determined by means of conductivity measurements. That types of titrations are known as conductometric titrations. During the course of the titration, the conductivity of the solution changes since there is change in the number and mobility of ions. Conductometric titrations or conductivity depends upon the number and mobility of ions. We know as the number increases, the ions can move freely, then the conductance increase. Therefore, conductometric titration depends upon the number and mobility. Number means if there are more ions are there, the conductance will be more. Then if the mobility of or the speed of the ion is more, the mobility and the conductance will be more. Now, at the end point of a titration, there is sharp change in the conductivity of a solution and a graph is plotted with conductance versus volume of titrant added. This is the experimental setup of a conductivity titration. Here in the burette, we are taking the solution whose concentration is known, that is known as titrant, and in the beaker we are taking the titrant analyte which has unknown concentration. This concentration we have to find out. So for example, we are taking the unknown solution 10 ml in the beaker, then the conductivity of the solution is measured first using that cell, then 1 ml of the known concentration will be added from the burette, then the concentration will be checked, then it will be increased by 2 ml, 3 ml like that, then the conductance will be measured. Then equivalent point will reach. Equivalent point means the neutralization point. That means for example, if you are adding acid and base, there is one point acid will become neutralized with the base. That point is known as equivalent point. For same like that, if you are using normal titration, acid-base titrations using indicator, we are noting down the neutralization point by checking the color change. Same like here using conductivity measurements, we can find out the equivalent point. So what is the equivalent point? The point at which the solution contains equal quantity of acid and base is known as equivalent point. Experimental procedure is over. We have to find out the equivalent point from the conductometric titration curve. So for that we have to draw the curve. Here x-axis will be volume of titrant. Normally it's a base. That means the solution we are taking in the burette will be the titrant, and then conductance will be in the y-axis. So here we will draw for various acid-base titrations. The curve will be different for strong acid and weak base or strong base titrations. The graph will be not same. So from the graph we will get the equivalent point. So that equivalent point will be the volume of titrant added. So using that titrant we can measure the concentration of solutions in each acid-base titrations. Now we will discuss different types of conductometric titration curves. The first one is strong acid versus strong base. An example is HCl versus sodium hydroxide. Here in the conductivity cell in the beaker we are taking HCl, and in the burette we are taking sodium hydroxide. So first in the conductivity cell only hydrochloric acid will be there. So hydrochloric acid is a strong electrolyte which will be dissociated as H plus and Cl minus. So the conductance will be due to H plus and Cl minus ion. We know H plus and OH minus ions will be having abnormal conductivity compared to other ions. So positive ions and negative ion maximum conductance will be for having H plus and OH minus ion. So when the base is first in the conductivity cell in the beaker only hydrochloric acid will be there. So the conductance will be due to H plus ion. So that H plus ion conductance will be very high. Then on adding NaOH solution to that HCl solution, what will happen? Some of this H plus, because here we know HCl is completely ionized as H plus and Cl minus, here Na plus OH minus. So this H plus will react with this OH minus, it will form water. and this water is undissociated, then Na plus and Cl minus, that will form NaCl. This NaCl is electrolyte, so it is completely ionized. So here what will happen, this H plus will be replaced with this Na plus. So H plus is fast moving ion, then Na plus is slow moving ion. So what will happen, the conductance will be decreased as the mobility of H plus is very much lower than the mobility of Na plus, so the conductance will be decreased. Then once the endpoint is reached, all of the acid will be neutralized with sodium hydroxide and there will not be any acid in the conductivity cell. So further addition of sodium hydroxide will give only Na plus and OH minus ions. This OH minus ions, the conductance or the mobility is very high and the conductance will increase after the endpoint. So after the equivalent point, conductance increases due to the presence of fast moving OH minus ions. Now we will discuss what is the conductivity titration curve of strong acid versus strong base. This is a conductometry titration curve of strong acid versus strong base. Here we know conductance versus volume of NaOH added from the burette. First, the conductance was high because of the presence of H plus ion. HCl dissociated as H plus ion. Due to the presence of H plus ion, conductance was very high. When we are adding sodium hydroxide, H plus will be replaced by slow moving sodium plus ions. That is why the conductance decrease. Then once the endpoint is reached, means once all the HCl is titrated with sodium hydroxide, that will be neutralized. Then further addition of sodium hydroxide will give the conductance increases because of the presence of fast moving OH minus ions, because there is no acid in the solution, so the conductance will be only due to OH minus ion. That is why the conductance increases after the equivalence point. So this point, when you are extrapolating these two curves, this point, when these two lines are touching, that point is the equivalent point, that is the volume of sodium hydroxide needed for the titration. Now we are going to discuss titration of weak acid with strong base. Example is acetic acid with sodium hydroxide. So acetic acid dissociates as CH3COO minus H plus Na plus OH minus, that will give sodium acetate. This is a strong electrolyte, completely ionized as CH3COO minus Na plus and undissociated water molecule. Here we know acetic acid is a weak electrolyte, that is only feebly ionized and the concentration of H plus will be very less. Hence at first the conductance will be low. Then this H plus will be replaced by with OH minus to form water. So the H plus concentration again will be decreased a little. That is why first the conductance is already less, then it decreases slightly because of the absence of H plus. That means the H plus will be reacting with this OH minus, it will form water. Then further addition of sodium hydroxide, this acetate ion react with sodium hydroxide, it will form sodium acetate. We know sodium acetate is a strong electrolyte and hence the conductance will be increased a little bit. So first it was less, then the conductance decreases slightly because of the absence of H plus, because H plus is reacting with OH minus, it form water, therefore the conductance decreases, then it slightly increases due to the presence of sodium acetate. Once the equivalent point is reached, all of the acetic acid will be completely neutralized with sodium hydroxide and there will not be any acetic acid in the conductivity cell. So further addition of sodium hydroxide, there will be only the presence of OH minus ion and the mobility of OH minus is very high and the conductance increases sharply. So these are the points. Initially the conductance is low due to the feeble ionization of acetic acid, then followed by increase due to the formation of sodium acetate. Then beyond the equivalent, after the equivalent point or after the neutralization point, steep rise due to excess of sodium hydroxide. Now this is the conductivity curve for strong acid versus weak acid versus strong base. Here we can see conductance versus volume of sodium hydroxide. First the conductance was less, then it slightly decreases because of, I told you already, H plus react with OH minus form water, that is why due to the absence of H plus conductivity decreases. Then due to the formation of sodium acetate, it slightly increases. Then after this point, all of the acetic acid is completely neutralized with sodium hydroxide. Then further addition of sodium hydroxide in the conductivity cell, there will be the presence of only OH minus ion. We know the conductance of OH minus is very high, that is why the graph goes like this, rise steeply. Then when you are extrapolating the curve here too, we will get 2 points. One is here, this is also one equivalent point and this is another point. But this is the equivalent point for this weak acid strong base titration. Here it shows only H plus is over, then this H plus is converted into sodium acetate. Acetate ion is converted into sodium acetate, that is this point, but this is the equivalent point of weak acid strong base titration. Here we will get the volume of sodium hydroxide. Next is titration of strong acid with weak base. An example given is hydrochloric acid with ammonium hydroxide, that will form ammonium chloride and undissociated water molecule. Here we know HCl will be there in the conductivity cell, then the conductance of HCl will be measured, then ammonium hydroxide will be taken in the burette and that will be added 1 ml, 2 ml like that. Means small quantity will be added, then that will be stirred and the conductance will be measured. So in the conductivity cell at first initially only hydrochloric acid will be there, then H plus will be the conductance of hydrochloric acid. Then migration of H plus will be high because H plus will be having higher conductivity, so the conductance will be very high initially. That means using only hydrochloric acid, the conductance of the solution will be very high. So we know initially the conductance is high and then decreases due to a replacement of fast moving H plus ion with a slow moving NH4 plus ion. Because first it was only HCl, so H plus was there. Now when you are adding NH4OH to this will react together, it will form NH4 plus and Cl minus. So H plus is replaced by slow moving NH4 plus ion, so conductivity decreases. Then after the endpoint, the graph become horizontal. Why? After the endpoint, all of the acid will be completely neutralized with the base. Then further addition of ammonium hydroxide, only NH4OH will be there. And we know NH4OH is not appreciably ionized because of the presence of NH4Cl. Due to common ion effect, NH4OH will not be completely ionized and also it is a weak electrolyte. So the conductance will not increase more, then it will be a horizontal in the graph. This is the conductometry titration curve of strong acid versus weak base, that is hydrochloric acid versus ammonium hydroxide. So as I told you already, first the conductance was very high because of the presence of fast moving H plus ion. That means there is no ammonium hydroxide. Then when we are adding ammonium hydroxide, the conductance decreases because of replacement of H plus ion with slow moving NH4 plus ion. Then it reaches one point, that is the equivalent point where all of the acid is completely neutralized with ammonium hydroxide. Then further addition of NH4OH will not increase the conductance. Here we can see a horizontal graph or horizontal line. This is because NH4OH is not appreciably ionized in presence of ammonium chloride. That is why conductance increases and that will be horizontal in the graph. Next one is titration of weak acid with weak base. So we can write here acetic acid versus ammonium hydroxide, that will give ammonium acetate plus water. Here we know both are weak, so that both will not be completely ionized. So initially the conductance is low. We know acetic acid, here it is not completely ionized, so only a very little number of H plus ions will be there, hence the conductance will be less. So initially the conductance is low due to the feeble ionization of acetic acid. Then this H plus will react with this OH minus, that will form water. So the H plus quantity again that will be decreased. So again the conductance will slightly decreases because of the absence of H plus, or H plus is converted into undissociated water. Then what will happen? This acetate ion is react with ammonium hydroxide. It will form ammonium acetate and water. This ammonium acetate is a strong electrolyte, so that will be completely ionized and hence the conductance increases slightly. So that is what we have written here. Initially the conductance is low due to the presence of feeble ionization of acetic acid, that is a very little number of H plus ion, then followed by increase due to the formation of ammonium acetate. So first already start with low conductivity, then slightly decreases because this H plus ion is converted into water. Then Due to the presence of ammonium acetate, it increases slightly. Then after the endpoint, the conductance remains same. Why it is remains same? Because we know after the endpoint, all of the acetic acid will be completely neutralized with our ammonium hydroxide. So further addition of ammonium hydroxide, only ammonium hydroxide will be there in the solution mixture. But ammonium hydroxide, as it is a weak electrolyte, it is feebly ionized. So the number of ions will be very less. We know the conductance depends upon the number of ions and mobility of the ions. So here, as it is weak electrolyte, it is feebly ionized. Therefore, the OH minus concentration will be very less and the dissociation also it will be very less. Therefore, the conductance will not increase and it will be like horizontal line. So, this is a curve of weak acid versus weak base. We know here first it was very less because H plus ion concentration is very less. Then it decreases slightly. Why it decreases? Because that H plus is converted into water. Then this slightly increases because of the formation of ammonium acetate. Once the endpoint or equivalent point is reached, there is no acid in the solution, then only ammonium hydroxide is there. As ammonium hydroxide is very weak electrolyte, it is feebly ionized and therefore it is not conducting much. That is why a straight line obtained after the equivalent point. Next is titration of mixture of acid with strong base. Suppose I am taking in the conductivity cell in the beaker a mixture of acid. One is a strong acid and another one is weak acid. So, example HCl and acetic acid. Here we are taking the mixture of acid, then sodium hydroxide is taken in the burette. Now we will see what will happen in the conductivity. We know always hydrochloric acid, strong electrolyte will be conducting faster than the weak electrolyte. So when the base is added in the HCl solution, the conductance falls. Why? First only HCl will be reacting with sodium hydroxide. This acetic acid will not react. So this will be like our strong acid, strong base titration. So what will happen here? First only H plus was there. So the conductance was very high initially. Then when we are adding sodium hydroxide, this H plus will be replaced by slow moving sodium ions. So the conductivity will be reduced. That is why it is reduced like this. So the conductivity decreases. First very high, then the conductance decreases. So we are adding sodium hydroxide continuously. Then after some time what will happen? This HCl will be completely neutralized with sodium hydroxide. That means endpoint will be reached. Then once the endpoint is reached, there is no hydrochloric acid in the solution mixture, then what is there? Acetic acid is there. At that point, acetic acid will react with sodium hydroxide. Then what will happen to this? We know H plus here concentration of H plus will be very less because acetic acid is a weak electrolyte. Therefore, first the conductance will be less. So here already it is decreased, then the conductance is less, then this H plus react with OH minus, it form water. So again this H plus concentration decreases. Therefore here we can see a slight decrease in the curve. We already told earlier weak acid strong base, same like here, slight decrease in the curve happen here because of that H plus is converted into water. Then it increases slightly because of the formation of sodium acetate, that is a strong electrolyte. Then another point is reached where all of the acetic acid is reacting with sodium hydroxide. So here we can see when this point reach here this point, what will happen? All of the acetic acid also completely neutralized with sodium hydroxide. Then we are adding excess sodium hydroxide to the reaction mixture. There is no acid and only the presence of OH minus is there. We know the conductance of OH minus is very high. Therefore, the conductance increases sharply. So here we are getting two endpoints. First endpoint is for strong acid, strong base titration, and the second endpoint is for weak acid, strong base. So this is the point of volume of sodium hydroxide used to neutralize hydrochloric acid, and this point V2 is the volume of sodium hydroxide used to neutralize acetic acid. So from one titration we will get two endpoints and the calculation of two electrolytes is possible from one graph. So mixture of acid versus strong base, a combination curve is obtained. conductive measurements are used for precipitation titrations also. Here potassium chloride versus silver nitrate. Here KCl react with AgNO3, it will give KNO3 plus AgCl. AgCl is solid. So here what happened? KCl is taken in the conductivity cell, then AgNO3 is added from the burette. So when silver nitrate is added, there is no change in the conductivity as there is only replacement of Cl minus with NO3 minus ion. Here we cannot say K plus is replaced by Ag plus because here AgCl is undissociated, this is a solid. So here what happened? When you are adding silver nitrate from the burette, what happened here? KCl Cl minus is replaced with NO3 minus here. So Cl minus and NO3 minus almost same conductivity. So there is no change in the conductance till the end point. So once the end point is reached, conductance increases because of the concentration of Ag plus and NO3 minus ion. Because once the end point is reached, only AgNO3 solution will be there. So that conductance is due to Ag plus and NO3 minus ion. Therefore, the conductance increases after the end point. Titration curve for precipitation reaction. Here conductance, here volume of silver nitrate added. Because silver nitrate we are taking in the burette. So here we know when you are adding silver nitrate, there is no change in the conductivity till the end point because there is only replacement of chloride ion from potassium chloride to with the NO3 minus of silver nitrate. So Cl minus and NO3 minus have almost same conductance. Therefore, the conductivity is not increased, it is same. There is no change in the conductance. Then when you are adding silver nitrate after the end point, there is only silver nitrate in the solution mixture. So the conductance will be due to Ag plus and NO3 minus. Therefore, the conductance increases. So this meeting point is the equivalent point. That is the volume of silver nitrate used for titration will be getting from this equivalent point. Next is advantages of conductometric titrations. We know it is suitable for colored or dilute solutions that is not possible with other chemical methods. And there is no need of indicator in the conductometric titrations. And it is suitable for titration of weak acids and bases. Then accurate measurement as the endpoint is determined graphically because we plot the equivalent point from the graph. So the chance of error is very less in conductometric titrations. So dear students, today we have discussed conductometric titrations for various acid-base and precipitation reactions. Hope it is clear and please like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.